Hi and welcome to Fabric Bias. It is June 2026 in the early days of the month, and I have a quick project, at least I hope it's going to be quick, that I'm kind of playing with right now. It's kind of a basket. This is the base, this is going to be the sides, and what it is it's for this little cup holder I have in this cart that I bought, I don't know, I've had it for a few years, maybe 3-4 years, I'm not sure. It was the cheapest thing I could find at the time. It cost me less than 20 bucks, but I can't remember at this point. Yeah, but what I don't like about it is, see, that's as clean as I could get it in there. It's not too bad, but not so great up here either. But I think I want to line this, and if it works on this side, I'll make another one for this side. But who knows? Oh, that's my favorite tea right there. So what I did was I had a cup that actually fit exactly around the outside here, so I used that as my base measurement, and that turned out to be 3.5 inches. Close to it. It was a little bit more than 3.5 inches because it was on the outside of the circle. So when I cut out, I cut out a piece of fusible fleece to that size, and then I dropped it in there. It was too big. So the final size is actually 3.5 inches in diameter. That was slightly bigger than that. And so I made myself a circle template, and then I laminated it so it's nice and firm, so it's easy to trace around. Not a perfect cut, you can see. But I made actually a few because I was using the paper up. So, and then I made my notes on here. It's a 3.5 inch diameter circle. The circumference of that would be 11 inches according to Google, because I just asked Google to do it for me. And Google was kind enough to give me the formula, so I wrote that on there as well. And I've cut my insides, or actually going to be my outside circle, my inside circle, because I like this fabric and I want it to show up. Actually, it'll be reversible when I'm done. I cut out my fusible fleece for the base here, which is slightly smaller, but very much slightly smaller. I'll still be catching some of this in the seam, but not very much extra. There, okay, one-handed, I can't get it quite on here, right? But it is slightly smaller. And then for this, I haven't cut it out yet. I am either going to use 808, Pellon 808, or I might use another fusible fleece, or I might use both, because I want it to be kind of stiff. It's going to depend on what scraps I have, and I just need to go check my stash to see what I've got. So there it is. I'm going to get started on that. Hopefully it'll be a quick project. We'll see. All right, I'm going to get to sewing, and I'll be back in a flash. Okay, so I did have, what is this, 808? I had a bunch of strips of scraps. 808, so I put it on both the inside and the outside. I might regret that decision, but that's okay. And then what I've done is sewn together the strips into rings with using a 1/4 inch seam allowance. There we go. On both of them, and then I found the center point. So easy enough to do. Here's the seam, fold it in half. I'm going to mark it with a pin, and then you bring them together, those two pins together, the pin and the seam together, and then fold it in half. Or flat, fold it flat, and then you mark a pin on either side here, and you've got it quartered out with your pins, which you need to so that you can match the circle base to the side ring on it. And so the same thing here, you just fold it in half, put the pins on, and then match the pins together that you just put on, and fold it again, and then put pins in the other on it, and then you get it all quartered out. So these are all quartered out and ready to go. I'm going to pin them together and then start sewing them together. Hopefully I'll do okay with that. It's pretty small. And then we're pretty close to done. All right, I hope. All right, back in a flash. All right, so I have them sewn together. Put the base on the bottom. It actually wasn't sewed too terribly bad. I had to go back in and press because some of my fusible didn't get stuck all the way. Hopefully that turns out okay. I'm going to put them right sides together. I'm going to sew around the top. I'm going to go ahead and leave my turning gap at the top because I actually made these a little bit tall, and I'm going to cuff them down so it won't be the very top where the opening is. I will go around and stitch it too, but right now I'm just going to put right sides together, matching up my seams and pinning it together, and or clipping it together, sewing around that, and then turning it right side out, top stitching or pressing, and then top stitching around that, and it'll be pretty much done. So pretty quick, easy project. I'm going to get to it in just a second. If you notice, I put a picture in between the how I was sewing it with the about a gazillion pins in it for the base here. And what I found was I'm not a big pin fan. I don't pin a lot. I pin as minimal as possible, but when I do like a circle onto a side like this, the more pins, the easier it is. So I just pinned, and then pinned again to sew that on. And then I always forget whether I should sew from this side or this side. This time I sewed from this side, and it seemed okay. Seemed to work okay on that one. This was a little bit wrinkly because like I said, my interfacing came off. I didn't have it on, and I was pressing it on. It looks like I pressed a wrinkle right into it. So I'll fix that before I sew it together, or not. Okay. All right, I'm gonna go sew these two together, you know, matching up my seams and everything, and leave my opening, hopefully, so I don't have to rip it, and then turn it right side out and press it and top stitch it, and I'll be done. All right, back in a flash. Ta-da, there it is. It came out super cute. Okay, so this is actually the inside, and this is the outside, and I'll flip it around in just a second so you can see. And the reason this is the inside is because it's going inside of here, and I want it to be able to see, so let me show you. Donk. There it is. Fits. No, it doesn't adhere to the sides, but it's stiff enough to stay up, and I thought I did enough to make a lip on it, but I didn't, and that's okay. I'm glad at least it's not too short, and it looks way better than, well, this side. So I guess I'm going to be making another one. I don't have any more of this because I'm using scraps, so it'll all be scraps. Maybe I'll do something in the middle here too. I don't know. We'll see. I don't really want to because I use a dry erase or eraser and shove it in there, so I'll probably just put paper towels or something down there because, yeah. Anyway, I don't know. Super cute. Okay, I'm going to reverse it and then I'll show you that. Okay, and here it is. The outside is now outside. Or I could change my mind and make that the outside again. I don't know. I just think it's super cute. Okay, let me show you what it looks like where it fits. And there it is. I love it. All right. Well, I hope you like it. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time. And thanks for watching. All right. Here's the second one for the little second spot here. Instead of going 3 inches up, I think I went 3 1/4 inches up, just to go a little bit taller to get myself this little cuff here, which I will tell you I did not sew all the way around the edges very well, but since it'll be tucked in, I'm going to pretend like it's just fine. So, yep, that was the original idea, was to have that cuff on the edge here. And so there it looks. Oh, and while I was at it, I went ahead and this is nothing. I had this piece of fabric. Oh, and I need to get the thread off of it. I had a long enough piece that I could just sew 2 pieces together. So here they are. Did a much better job on the top stitching on these two, especially since it's on black. I think. Don't look too close. On that, there's no interfacing, nothing. I just, 2 rectangles. Right side out, press it, top stitch on that one. But I decided to go ahead and do that. It would protect the bottom there, and it's black, so it won't show how dirty it's going to get, hopefully. But there's the first one. There's my T. There's the second one. Let me flip that one inside out so you can see. Oop, inside out, yes. So you can see it, and I'll be right back. Okay, there it is. I had to look for the best looking top stitching part here, because if you look over here, oops, it looks pretty bad. There it is. I didn't cuff it down so you could see it. Cuffed because, it's, there, ta-da. All right, I'm going to flip it right side out again, cuff it, and put it back in a flash. There it is. These are super cute. Probably way cuter if you do your top stitching much nicer than what I did, but but still super, super cute on that. So let me stick it back in there. Oh man, I'm so loving this, and this project is done. I won't have to worry about it. It was on my list for this summer, and it's done. Woohoo! All right, now I have to figure out how to fix the side here so my art doesn't wobble so much and fall apart. But it's pretty steady. It's not too bad. Still pretty steady on that one, but Okay, there you go. Again, I hope you like them. I hope that wherever and whenever you're at, you're having a great time. And thanks for watching.